This week we are reviewing the 2016 Mazda CX-9 Signature, a 7-passenger mid-size crossover SUV that we're pretty excited about. We recently enjoyed this family-friendly vehicle and everything it has to offer. The MSRP for this vehicle comes to a little over $45,000 without any options, because everything comes standard at this price point. At first look, we are extremely impressed by the exterior styling and the interior design of the 2016 Mazda CX-9, and it is definitely one of my top favorite vehicles that we've tested out. We reviewed the vehicle in machine gray, and we really enjoyed the modern design and upscale appearance that it has for a family-friendly vehicle. The slick auburn-colored premium Napa leather trim has a very luxurious, clean look to it and is soft to the touch. You can feel the quality difference in the vehicle, and it really stands out throughout the entire SUV. The power window, power locks, and the power mirror controls are located right where you'd expect them to be. The second row was built in with window sunshades. Automatic lights and wipers come with the Signature, as well as large cup holders, USBs, and sliding sun visors, just to name a few. The Mazda Connect definitely takes a little getting used to. The touchscreen display is only accessible when the vehicle is not moving. There is not currently an option to choose passenger so that you can make adjustments on the road. This was probably the only aspect of the vehicle that I was not a fan of. I do understand Mazda wants to be safe and make sure that there are no distractions when driving. For the most part, I did use the center commander knob to navigate through the screen, which I found very useful. The screen is a bit of a distance from the driver's seat, and I do not have long arms. I really did like the option that it was very mom-friendly, meaning I already have enough distractions in the car, so I could definitely just use that knob, which is right next to me, in order to get to where I want to go, or change the music, or any of the displays on the settings. That was definitely a really good feature for me. I also noticed there was not an option for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which was kind of a bummer since we're just currently started using those. The Mazda CX-9 does have space with a third row seat to accommodate up to 7 passengers. This is great if you have that many people riding with you. The only problem you may run into is cargo space you will have to give up in return. With that many people in the vehicle, I would assume that you would need storage room for your belongings. I personally think the 2016 CX-9 is best for families of 5. You would still have room to use the third row if you are going to have visitors, family, or even your children's friends over for an afternoon. I just do not see it be a great fit for a long-term family of 7. Besides the third row seating, the Mazda CX-9 is very spacious. I would expect, though, as in most vehicles, that the third row would be much smaller than the first or second. While we did test out the third row with a total of 7 passengers at one point, I did find it difficult to maneuver the seats so that the kids could get into the back row. It was much easier for the kids to crawl through the very back of the vehicle to the third row versus moving car seats around in the second row so that we could fold down the seats. This, however, may not be an issue for smaller families. We just noticed that since we had 2 car seats in the passenger sides of the second row, that it was not very easy to recline the seats in each row so that you could utilize that third space inside of the back of the vehicle. A wonderful feature the second row does have, besides being very spacious, is the additional cup holder that also has the USB charging ports in the cubby. Perfect for long trips when your children bring their video games or iPads so that you can keep them charged. Some of Mazda's driving assistance technologies are large side mirrors, camera, and blind spot warning system with a rear cross traffic alert. I found all of these to be super helpful when driving. Safety is the most important thing, especially when you are driving with children the majority of the time. The front seat did not adjust as high as I would have liked, being that I am on the shorter side. So having the reversing camera and the blind spot camera was very useful and much appreciated. The Mazda CX-9 Signature has an average of 23 miles per gallon. The annual fuel cost is estimated at just under $2,000 a year, and the city average is 21 miles per gallon, while the average for highway is 27 miles per gallon. As far as being behind the wheel of the CX-9, I absolutely loved how effortlessly it steers. The steering wheel is very comfortable with a nice grip, and I was impressed at how clearly and smooth the vehicle moved when coming in contact with an uneven pavement or old roads. The suspension definitely sailed smoothly over any bumps in the road at any time and never veered away from the destination. The pickup is outstanding when merging onto the freeway, and the suspension did a wonderful job maintaining a comfortable ride the entire time. Let me also end by saying the cabin is so quiet. I was amazed at how quiet the vehicle actually was once my son fell asleep and I could really take notice. Overall, the 2016 Mazda CX-9 is an impressive family vehicle. Once you see for yourself how spacious, quiet, and powerful the vehicle really is, I'm sure you will fall in love just like we did. Mazda has really built a good SUV with many family-friendly upgrades that we are finding very appealing to all families.
Raising the Wild!